I hope you enjoyed today's TQM short story.
Like and subscribe while you're here.
Probably the way to start is by telling you that there's a boy. Well, he was a boy at the time. He won't be anymore. But he was called David Davis, and he was 10. And he'd heard rumours about the flying saucers in the area, but he didn't believe them. And in fact, you know, even at 10, he said that he was a natural-born skeptic.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know. Well, I suspect it was probably like his parents saying, no, don't listen to that.
Yeah.
But then one day he says he sees this cigar-shaped craft with a dome covering the middle third. And he says, my sighting only lasted a couple of seconds. It popped up and then went back behind a tree. And this sighting happens when he's in the playground of this primary school.
Right.
And he says, so this is him recounting the story a few years later as an adult. He says, none of the teachers believed the children, but the headmaster had a bit of an inspiration, and he separated the kids out and got them to draw what it was that they saw. And this is why this case is so intriguing, because what they drew was basically the same thing. So before they'd had a chance to collaborate in class or whatever, he had set them to different points in the school, told them to draw it out, and we'll be able to put these drawings in the show notes. You'll see that stylistically they're different. Some of them are absolutely amazing if you're a fan of Scooby-Doo. There's some definite imagination going on there, but
bit of embellishment on some.
There is a little embellishment, but they are largely the same shape and the same scenario. And of course, following the sighting, the media descend on this village, and this witness says it became what he describes as a wild roller coaster.
Before you get on to that, I was just chuckling to myself about the teacher, because you can imagine the teacher going, yeah, I'll show them how people's perception of things and memories are totally different. I'll separate them out and they can draw, and we'll come back with about 20 different styles of spaceship, and I can do a really good important lesson on it. I just got this picture of him sitting there and they all come back with the same drawing, and he's like, oh, right, okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Yes. And that is why the media descend, because he then begins to defend the kids and says, yeah, this wasn't an anomaly. They definitely saw something. But there is a whole load of kids who were asked by reporters to tell them what it is they'd seen. And I think this speaks of the time as well, because I wonder whether we'd get this in today's day and age. But it seems like the parents and the teachers were absolutely comfortable with the kids talking to the press. So, for example, a child, again, he's 10, Michael Matheson Webb at the time, he says it was silver and cigar-shaped with a big dome and a red light flashing on top. So very similar to the previous account. We couldn't believe it at first. One of the boys ran down the hill to tell Sir, but he didn't believe it. I watched it for between 3 and 5 minutes. It had a flashing red light, and I'm sure it was a spaceship. It definitely wasn't a helicopter. Everyone is sure that what they saw. Everyone is sure that they saw something. It again seems cigar-shaped with this large dome on top. I was really frightened when I saw it. Then a couple of other boys. These are brothers, Sean and David Ward. They describe coming running in to where the teachers are and trying to explain to them what they'd seen. As they weren't getting any sort of positive response, they joined some other boys and they went to the top of the playing field and carried on observing what he describes, or they describe, as something silver and disc-shaped. And then they describe that there's what appears to be a door opening in the side of the object. And they describe this figure. And like that last account from the hotel owner, they say, well, this figure was silver. Again, they repeat the fact that the object had this dome on top of it and the light. This is the consistent factor through them all. And this light stands out because, as they describe it, was a dull day, so they could see this thing relatively clearly. The only thing that obscures it is because there's some trees beyond where they are, but this is very close to this these child's playground. Probably the next thing to do is to listen to the clip, and you can hear one of these eyewitnesses say it in their own terms.
My friend Philip here was trying to find a way over the stream, and I was looking at the bushes up the top of the trees, and then suddenly this silver cigar-shaped object seemed to pop up from behind the bushes and trying to take off.
Thanks for watching. If you want to hear the whole episode, follow the link in the description. If you want to get exclusive stuff and help us make more content, support us at patreon.com/TQMpod or click the link on our YouTube homepage.